S-dub, S-dub, P-P-P. S-dub, S-dub, P-P-P. S-dub, P.
WTF, WTF.
Wagwan fam, I am Ross from Cultaholic.com, you're my sexual wank pheasant. This t-shirt can be found at Cultaholic.com/shop, and God bless that crowd in North Kakalaki last night, and God bless as well Renee Young, because if her performance last night was a thing, it would be a crisp bottle of Newcastle Brown Ale, easily digestible, bloody lush, and no bollocks attached to it. Jonathan Coachman, go away. And speaking of Renee Young, her commentating an episode of WWE Raw in its entirety means for the first time ever, a woman commentated an episode of WWE Raw in its entirety, and that's got to be a WTF moment. And also, Corey Graves is dressed like a page in your math book, and I can't be the only one waiting for Scott Steiner to attack him with a bastard pen. And all of a sudden here on WTF Moments, I am Gok One as I continue to critique what is hot and what is not in WWE, and what is not is Alicia Fox's ensemble last night on WWE Raw. She looks like a sea captain who fell out of a boat, bumped her head, then tried to sail a tree across the 7 seas. Unless, of course, she's an actual fox, and that stuff in her hair came from last night's bed. Hello, Bam Neely. Maggle, 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 maggle. Oh, and a neck breaker, he screams as Ember Moon, the lovely lass from Scotland, hits a jawbreaker stunner type thing. However, man, Maggle, Alexa Bliss isn't like me, it does not blend into one like a bloody pelican. A species of animal I am bloody proud to represent, by the way. How sensitive is Ember Moon, by the way? No contact, all it took for her to break up a pin was the sheer movement of there created by Alicia Fox, Foxing her way into the ring. What's the crack with that? Check us out there. 4 Cultaholic signs at last night's WWE Raw. Thank you very much to Cabell Allen, Alex Varsic, Casey, and Sir Dabalot, and whoever made that logo, for spreading the good name of Cultaholic throughout the WWE universe. Next time you go to a show, put our bloody name on a bit of paper, eh? So according to Maggle Cole, the Beast Brock Lesnar debuted in WWE on SmackDown Live, and that is completely Pete Tom, because as we all know, he debuted on Raw, pissing in the face of Spike Dudley, pissing in the face of Maven, and pissing in the face of Al Snow, and apparently Al Snow very much liked it. Michael Cole, stop making up random bollocks to suit your own bloody narrative. Even though I believe it's a witty bitty bat's eye move, and even though I strongly believe as well that more signature moves should finish matches instead of finishing moves to legitimize those signature moves, big baldy bastard Baron Corbin winning a match with a deep six is a WTF moment, because he never ever wins a match with a deep six unless he does, in which case I'm sorry. Doesn't she know? This isn't WCW, this isn't New Japan Pro Wrestling, this isn't WWE, little girl. You're not supposed to break the fourth wall. Small child, to Vince McMahon's doghouse you go. Days away from a big SummerSlam match that means absolutely piss all, and seconds away from a handicap match against Kevin Owens and big sweaty Jinder Mahal, where he's surely going to be in for an arse kicking. Your boy Finn Bálor is constantly smiling, and he's off his tits all the time, isn't he? Or his use of hallucinogenics, which makes him off his tits all the time, gives him the ability to see into the future. A future where Kurt Angle made a handicap match a tag team match, and in which case, bless his lucky charms. Oh, she went and stuck her mouth into it, didn't she? Renee Young calling Kevin Owens in terms of relationship with Braun Strowman a constant gnat is all kinds of Jonathan Coachman, and by that I mean completely nonsensical. Now, you all know how I feel about Kevin Owens in this storyline against the big bully Braun Strowman. He's the single biggest sympathetic babyface we've seen since Daniel Bryan, but it doesn't seem that Renee Young knows that, so somebody go and tell her, please, because I'm scared of girls. What the hell is this? He's a musician called Ricky Martin or something, and he claims he can't play the guitar. My brain does not compute. What was this? Why was Ricky Martin introduced as if we should know him, and as if he was famous? And why was Ricky Martin introduced as if he was some sort of singer instead of a pro wrestler that he clearly was? Load of crap this bit, wasn't it? Ah yes, Elias, we all know that motto that so many people live by, the WWE have taken and twisted like a lovely succulent nipple and made their own. Walk with Jesus, I mean, what would Jesus do? Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it, Elias? Nope. Bobby Lashley. How on earth can Bobby Lashley have the gall, the nerve to tell a fellow professional wrestler and or singer to get a new shtick? This is Bobby Lashley, who doesn't even understand his own bastard shtick. I tell you what, it'd be like suffering the sickening blow of somebody from Wrestle Talk telling you not to clickbait every single bastard video they upload to YouTube. Made a grave mistake, Corey. Here's a a direct quote from Corey Graves, and I cannot believe I'm going to read this out here in 2018. Somebody better call Ricky Roberts' family. His dad and his uncle are probably the same person, so it shouldn't be hard. Incest. Back to Michael Cole we go, and the moment he claimed that a flip of a coin determined who would be in the ring in the midst of a triple threat tag team match. Flip of a coin, 2 sides, 3 tag teams in a match. It just doesn't work, Michael. It doesn't work. And here he goes again, rewriting history for absolutely no reason. Michael Cole, of course, claiming that the Deleters of Wales lost the tag team championships to the Revival, which is just wrong. If that's true, Michael, then Victor from the Ascension is a camel. Matt Hardy's spine is fusing with his pelvis. You've got his spine, which is bone, which is hard, fusing, which means doing that, with his pelvis, which is bone, which is hard. Riddle me this then, dear viewer. Why the hell's he taking bumps from the second turnbuckle all the way to the floor? Now I reckon we've got some subliminal messages from WWE here, because the music for their shows has come full circle. WrestleMania 32, we have that Florida bloke welcoming us to his house. Now SummerSlam 2018, a show where that Florida bloke has the other theme. We have a song talking about burning a house down as WWE stick 2 fingers up to that Florida bloke. I hope, but a boy can dream, right? Now by this point, just call me Dave Javu, because I've said this so many bastard times, but Roman Reigns, you can't take back your Universal Championship because he's never had it in the first place. And by the way, pal, where was your steaks? I was promised to see you eating steaks. What a disappointment. It's happened. Finally, it's happened. There's a WTF moment in the midst of a Paul Heyman promo. What on earth is he doing? Calling the Usos the future of the tag team division. They've been around since 2009. They've won bare tag team championships, and what's more, they've got grey hairs on their chinny chin chin. I tell you what then, you know that Marlon Brando, he's the future of film. Mark my words. Marlon Brando, of course, died in 2004.
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
Paul Heyman blotted right in Roman Reigns' eyes. He got some pepper spray and went all over his face. And Now, according to Corey Graves, the reason Paul Heyman did this is because he doesn't like hearing the word no, a word that Roman Reigns certainly didn't say. By that point in the promo, Corey, of course, we were going to have to wait until Sunday to hear what the big dog was going to say, but instead, Paul Heyman turned him into a blind dog. Now, imagine if what we saw last night with Paul Heyman in the spray was not the ruse, and on Sunday, Brock Lesnar thinking he was safe with Paul Heyman after Paul Heyman sprayed Roman Reigns in the eyes, was double-crossed by Paul Heyman with some more spray, and Paul Heyman aligned with Roman Reigns. Oh. And now it's time for this.
Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank.
Hello and welcome to Wankety Wank, the section of WTF Moments where just like on blankety blank with a fill in the blanks, a sexual wank pheasant tweets me the WTF moment. I give him the credit because I'm great. John Leonard, thank you. You know a lot about pepper spray apparently, and what they did to Roman Reigns after he got blotted in the eyes should not have happened. Might be lying, I don't know. Demolition getting a mention on WWE programming in 2018. Now either that their lawsuit has been finished and nobody's been told, or you need to grab 2 of each animal and head for the bastard border. The end is nigh, the end is nigh, time to run away, the end is nigh. I just don't get it. During the rundown of Sunday's card, Corey Graves said if Seth Rollins makes it here to make the Intercontinental Championship match official, Rollins was having travel issues, of course, then the match for the Intercontinental Championship will become official. One question, why was this the only match from the Raw side of the SummerSlam pay-per-view where that silly bollocks needed to take place? There was 5 more matches, and none of those matches needed a silly contract signing. And more to the point, why did the contracts for these matches have to be signed last night at WWE Raw when WWE knew that Seth Rollins was half the bastard world away in the Far East? Somebody didn't think this through. Oh my god, the fat bastard with the crunchy lodge sideways in his neck is back, and I'm asking one question. Why? Now I noticed last night during the Riot Squad's entrance at their Titantron reads, "We win, we riot." And it's all kinds of Pete Tong, of course, because whenever I've seen them win a match on WWE Raw, they celebrate like the rest of the superstars do. I don't know what I was expecting, of course, because these people seem to think that riot means pushing over bins. Pathetic. Roll up by Sasha, kick out by Banks. Michael Cole is a numpty. I could see how sad living Sarah were with Sarah gone. Renee Young says we all know what she was trying to say because, of course, Ruby Riot's been gone for a very long time, but it came out all kinds of Pete Tong. Unless, of course, you fancy Sarah Logan. And why wouldn't you? Sarah Logan's a Viking wolf tater farmer. Brock Lesnar's the worst champion of all time, Kurt Angle says, and not a second later, Dolph Ziggler is out there. Hold my beer, says the numpty who won the United States Championship, relinquished the United States Championship, spent bare time in no man's land, had the worst Royal Rumble performance of all time, before being handed a massive contract, probably because the internet's never wrong, and winning the Intercontinental Championship as a result, a token gesture, if you will. You know what I'm trying to say? It was a weird time time for his music to play considering what's gone on in a not too distant past. Now by the time Seth Rollins came out, we were supposed to believe that he was stuck in traffic for 99.9% of Raw, only to make it back at the last second, rushing through the back, through Gorilla, to make it out there with seconds to spare. Why was he wearing his gear then? Now of course he explained that he took his time because he wanted to make Dolph Ziggler's arse sweat or something, but the point still stands. He wasn't wrestling a match, so why was he wearing his gear? What a mark. And now for the moment of the night, because back he came, the lunatic fringe turned lunatic traps, because Jesus Christ, look at the meaty meat on those shoulders. He's been carrying something really heavy on his shoulders, like Simon Miller and an entire YouTube channel. So aye, Dean's back, he's massive, and he forgot his hair, which makes him look as hard as nails. I think I fancy that thick daddy. Made it so far, and then the daddies had to come out to play, didn't they? And that's it for all the WTF moments from last night's WWE Raw. I've been Ross from Cultaholic.com. Thank you very much for being a sexual wank pheasant. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Ross on Wrestling. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, it's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly of all, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow us everywhere.